Okay, and we are live. ¿Qué tal, amigos? Stuart here from Spain Speaks with this evening's live stream at 7:30 p.m. Sunday evening, and it is the 26th of November. And we'll have a look at some of the main stories that have caught my attention in the press today here in Spain, the stories that I have on the screen here currently. We'll also go into the comment section, check out what has been happening in that comment section, and we'll also go into the chat section of the live stream and see what's happening there also this evening. So if you're in the chat section, if you're watching the live stream, say hello in that chat section. Now, straight into the news, and Pedro Sánchez, the newly chosen or re-elected Prime Minister, predicts a country more united than ever after the amnesty law. The President of the government, Pedro Sánchez, has assured this Sunday that with the future amnesty law, there will be a more cohesive country with more coexistence and more united than ever, from which even those who criticise the law will benefit. At an event organised by the PSOE in Madrid's IFEMA, which, according to the organisers, was attended by some 9,000 activists from all over Spain, Sánchez said he was convinced that even the right and the ultra-right, who are clamouring for Spain to defend itself from a risk that does not exist, will benefit from the amnesty law. So there we go, some strong words there from Prime Minister Sánchez, or the President of the government as he is known in Spain, saying that the country will be more united than ever, and trying to bring the right side of politics, as we saw there, the right and ultra-right, who are wanting change, immediate change, that this will benefit everybody in the country, this amnesty, which will see everything that happened back in Catalonia in 2017 basically erased from the history books. Next piece of news here, and 2 people have been arrested for stealing more than 700 pieces of Iberian pork products worth 200,000 euros. The Guardia Civil has arrested 2 men in Getafe, Madrid, as alleged perpetrators of the theft of 296 hams and shoulders and 448 Iberian pork loins in the Córdoba town of Villanueva de Córdoba. The value of these stolen Iberian products, which have the denomination of origin of Valle de los Pedroches, amounts to 200,000 euros, according to the Guardia Civil in a statement. A total of 296 hams and shoulders and 448 Iberian pork loins was stolen. So there we go, just how valuable this product, that shows you just how valuable this product is here in Spain, the Iberian pork product, hams and shoulders. We can see there a picture of the famous black hoofed ham, which can be very, very expensive. You can sometimes pick up cheaper versions and they're tasty, but if you want to get the truly authentic jamón ibérico, trying to get that word out, it can be an expensive experience. And also there, when it comes to those other Iberian pork products, for example, pork loin, which is also popular in this country. And I think pork would be the number one dish in Spain, or the number one chosen piece of meat that people eat in Spain, whether it is the ham, as we saw here, or whether it is a pork loin. You'll quite often find that on people's lunch and dinner tables here. Next piece of news, trouble in paradise, the loneliness and isolation of Brits in Spain. And thanks to the person that sent this through, Patrick, for bringing my attention to this article. When Margot Campbell Parton's husband died in an accident in 2006, her dream of a carefree life in Spain was shattered. After police officers knocked on her door one Sunday morning with the grim news, the 65-year-old Glaswegian was left completely alone, having had to identify his body herself. It was just a horrible time, she told Euronews. No one asked me how I was. I didn't see anyone. Her sons soon arrived to support their mum, but more nightmarish problems befell the family. Margot and her husband Alec had borrowed money to set up a business in Port de Sóller, Mallorca, with a third person who promptly buggered off, leaving her lumbered with a 250,000 loan. So, trouble in paradise. one of the more extreme stories, I think, of people that end up in trouble here in Spain, come out here looking for the perfect life, maybe get into a bad business deal, get ripped off by a partner who, quote, buggered off, and also, unfortunately, Margot's husband passing away and leaving her with those business issues. So things are not always rosy here in Spain for people that think that they're going to find the perfect life. And the article goes on to say that there's not a lot of support networks here in Spain. I know there are some, but not as many as you would get in your own country maybe, or in a place where you can communicate with people easier. That's one of the big issues, and again, fundamental to have a decent level of Espanol. And the last piece of news here, for people interested in getting the Spanish nationality, would you pass the exam to obtain it? These are the questions. Spain has more than 48 million inhabitants, of which a certain percentage are foreigners who have managed to obtain Spanish nationality and who have had to pass an exam. The test of constitutional and socio-cultural knowledge, better known as the CCSE, a test developed by the Cervantes Institute that consists of several questions related to our constitution, culture and history, among other features that make up Spain. And some of the questions that we have in this test, how to pass the Instituto Cervantes test. So let's open these questions up. You can put the answers in the chat section. How many provinces are there in Spain? Interesting question. 49, 50 or 52. At least you've got three options to choose from there. The competencies in the field of health in Spain are managed by A, the state, central government, B, the autonomous communities, or C, each municipality. 3, the Constitution guarantees the right of Spaniards to decent housing, true or false? And which autonomous community is famous for its olive oil? A, Cantabria, B, Andalusia, and C, La Rioja. And if you don't know the answer to that last one, then screw up your papers, throw them in the bin, and get out of Spain. That's all I'm going to say. Now into the comment section here. First one from Joe. Watching today's stew, and it's a dinner, but it usually starts earlier in the day than normal for most. Most people spend it arguing with relatives over politics, over which they have little say. Now, this is related to Thanksgiving, I think. It popped up last week. I think last Thursday was Thanksgiving. Black Friday, of course, on Friday, where all of the retail outlets went crazy offering sales and deals. And I asked the question last week, is it a dinner or a lunch, the Thanksgiving celebration? And pointed out there by Joe, dinner starts earlier in the day, and most people spend it arguing over politics with relatives. So there we go. So people coming home and getting into a bit of a stoush with relatives over the topic of politics, which, as we know, can happen. Happens here, happens there, happens everywhere, right? Next one here from Ross, who's also in the chat section watching today. I'm aware that much of what I left behind, including food and speaking English, is finding me in Spain, unfortunately. Quite a change from just 3 years ago when we spent 3 months in Valencia. So maybe Spain is changing. More people speaking English. The diet is changing. We've seen that in recent times. Spain's obesity rates on the rise. Don't know why. Maybe the diet is changing. Maybe people are doing less exercise. Don't know what the reason is. But Ross saying there that maybe that American influence is creeping in when it comes to fast food. I don't know. But if I look around my local neighborhood here, I see Taco Bells, I see McDonald's, I see other hamburger restaurants, other pizza restaurants, fast food on the rise. And that's quite obvious when you look around, especially on the outskirts of the big cities. And supermarkets also, at least the ones where I live here. Maybe it's the lifestyle that people have where I live, that people are on the go and commuting a lot, and they just want fast eating options, not necessarily fast food, but they want pre-prepared meals maybe, and those seem to be on the rise as well. So not good for the population, but we'll see if things turn around. Not sure. Next one here from One Wheel. We are arriving in December to Madrid and riding EO to Valencia. I wonder if those trains will be running. Yeah, this is related to a strike that was announced various days of a train strike last week. The first day was called off. Not sure whether the rest of the days that were called have been called off. Not sure. But it only affects Renfe trains. And I think that company here, IRO or EO, is a different company. It doesn't belong to Renfe. I could be wrong, but I think it's one of these new companies that have come into the train market here in recent times. I know that there's been 2 or 3 of them. I think that could be one. And as far as I know, they are not announcing strike action. It's only Renfe train. So the AVE, the AVE, that is one that could be affected. And I think we also saw Cercanías trains, which are like intercity trains or suburban trains, whatever you want to call them. They also could be affected. But somebody mentioned today that perhaps the strikes have been called off. So I'll look into that and I'll get back to you tomorrow. But I'm not sure. Another one here from IDAB. Where we are seeing the sportsman side of Stuart. The bike ride looked fun. The visual and sound quality were outstanding. I wonder if the rise in obesity is connected to Spain's rise in immigrants who might not follow the Mediterranean diet. Don't know if that is the situation or not. I do know that generally when you come to Spain from outside and you have a big community here, like let's say, for example, people from Latin America, maybe people coming from Venezuela, or maybe people coming from Ecuador or Colombia, maybe they continue to eat the same types of foods that they were eating back home. Not Mediterranean diet, perhaps, don't know. Is it related? I have no idea, to be honest, but it could be a factor. But then again, it might not. And the bike ride that I did the other day, I pulled on the Lycras, got out on the bike. It was such a nice day and a good way to get exercise, sort of kill two birds with one stone, do a vlog while I'm riding my bike. Yes, don't know whether there'll be too many more of them, but at least one is out there. So thanks for liking it. And the sound was the issue. Whenever I record videos, I try to have good sound, because for me, sound is more important than image. A lot of the times you can have a bad image, but if the sound is bad, it affects the viewing experience, in my opinion. And I was looking for a way to get good sound on the bike, so I put a microphone under my clothing here so that you wouldn't get wind noise, because again, there's nothing worse than a person who's out on a windy day and they don't have the protection on their microphone and all you hear is this. Nothing worse than that. And really, you shouldn't even publish a video if you've got that type of wind interference, because it just makes for a terrible viewing experience. And it's not hard to improve it. Just put it under your clothing and put on what they call a dead cat, or some type of microphone protection. But anyway, that's enough of the lecture for tonight. Another one here from Malcolm. Hi, Stu. Great video on your bike. Nice flat surfaces. That is true. Regarding obesity in Spain, I think a lot of it is caused because Spanish eat far too late in the evenings, thus no exercise before going to bed. Plus, a lot of cakes here always have chocolate in them, especially donuts. Anyway, that's my opinion. Thanks, Malcolm, and thanks for sharing your opinion here on the channel. Member of the community is Malcolm, and maybe, again, I've got no idea. I know that dining is something that the majority of people here do quite late. Afternoons, people are out and about. They don't often get home until 8 p.m., not from work, but they're out doing other things. And dinners are late, weekends especially. Sometimes people don't sit down for a dinner at the weekends until 11 p.m., and especially in the summer months. Winter may be a little bit different, and it is difficult to do exercise after one of those big dinners. And because it's just too late. You don't want to be out and about at those hours of the evening, especially when it is winter and it's cold. So it could be one of the reasons. I don't know. I have no idea. But that's been going on for a long time, and the rise in obesity and people with weight issues, I think, is more of a recent thing. So I'm not sure, Malcolm. And when it comes to the surfaces on the bike, they're not bad. every now and again you come across a bit of a rough spot, a bit of a pothole, and it can be a little bit dangerous, but in general the quality of the roads here are quite good, and even the tracks that when I went off-road are also decent, except when it rains heavily and you get quite a few puddles. But apart from that, I'm happy. Another one here from Jay. Great video, Stuart. Is that a hybrid bike you're riding? No, it's a traditional bike, pedal power. I'm not one of these people that has switched to an electric bike or a hybrid bike or whatever you want to call them. I know they are quite popular, but they're also quite expensive. But that doesn't seem to deter people from buying them, because every weekend I see lots of people on these electric bikes, especially when they're going up hills. You can see how easy they get up those hills, and sometimes when I'm out riding, I'll get a person speed past me. I think I'm going quite fast, but these bikes just zip past you, and then you look down and you see that they are motorized. So haven't gone there yet. Might do in the future when I need assistance getting up a steep hill, but my legs work for the moment, and I don't have a problem with a normal bike. But let me know if you have changed to an electric bike in the chat section or the comment section. And the last one here from Mick. Hi Stu, really like this video. In the UK they've appointed a Minister for Common Sense. Is that common sense? World politics has gone off its rocker, in Mick's opinion. Yeah, I looked into this and I saw that I don't think it's the official title of the woman who has been dubbed by the press the Minister for Common Sense, but she did say, I think in a speech, that she's going to put forward common sense policies when it comes to climate change, when it comes to immigration. I think when it comes to all of these things that are affecting countries like the United Kingdom, she wants to use common sense, which does seem to be lacking nowadays for whatever reason. She also mentioned something about anti-woke. She's going to be also anti-woke. I don't know if that's if those were her words or whether I just read that somewhere in the press. But yeah, interesting. So let us know your opinion on that one too, the so-called Minister for Common Sense. And do we need one here in Spain, a Minister for Common Sense? I'll also pose that question. Now, that's the end of the content, 17-minute mark. So I'm going to go into the chat section in just a minute. Before I do that, I'll put the email address on the screen here, spainspeaks@gmail.com. So if you've seen a piece of news about Spain in the press, like Patrick did, and you want to bring my attention to it, that's the email address. Also, if you've got a backdrop picture, this one was sent in from, let me see if I can find it. I might not have put it here in my, let me put this photo in. Just give me 1 minute. This one was sent in from Kim and Wanda, who are Aussies that love Spain and get here, I think, whenever they can. And we can see here a picture of Cadiz City and seagulls featuring not only there over my shoulder here, but there's also a huge one just here. I'll just get out of the way so you can see it. There we go. If you can see that seagull there. There we go. A huge seagull there. So allowing the photo to be taken, the seagull there, by Kim and Wanda. So thanks for sending that one through. And the email address is, well, this one here, Gmail, spainspeaks@gmail.com. Send them through. Also, to people that have supported the channel in recent times, whether it's through the super thanks or super chat option, whether it's people that have bought me a coffee. I had one bought for me today by somebody who's planning to move to Spain from Mexico. Thank you very much for that. And also the longer term supporters on Patreon. Thank you for that support. Now, the like button is also going on the screen. If you haven't hit it yet, please do so. 56 we're up to currently. Also, if you don't like the content, like 2 people, give it a thumbs down. No dramas. Hit the dislike button if you want. It's all an interaction. What else have we got going on here? Now let's go into the chat section. I'll just scroll up to the top. There we go. So the first one that I can see from Andrew in the chat section today. Good evening from a 0 degrees London southeast. Hoping You are well, 0 degrees. Yeah, it was cold here last night, I will say, when I took the dog out this morning, around 2, I think. But yeah, the days are decent, I will say. 15, 16 degrees Celsius, not bad, but cold nights, I will say. Ross, we saw a comment from Ross before about the food and English speakers in Valencia coming in here. 8 degrees in Albany in the States. 20 in Valencia, so that's the difference, right? Big difference there. Frank also in the chat enjoyed the video. Frank's saying he's coming in from Crawley. Fantastic video of Oburgo with you, which Frank does correct himself here. Brought back some happy memories as I come from Galicia, now in the UK. Thanks, Frank, for that. Hope you get back to Galicia as much as you can, or as often as you can. Hope everything is well with you too. What else we got going on here? Chris is in the chat. Haven't seen Chrissy for a while. Cold today. I was going to say, is it still hot down there in Granada, Chrissy? No. Bit different to the 45 that they get in the summer months there in the shade. Thanks, Chrissy, for that. Erica coming in from Terrassa. Still no rain and water restrictions have started. Hope everyone is enjoying their weekend. Yeah, I saw this the other day, Erica, that Catalonia has started, or some parts of Catalonia, don't know if it's the whole of that autonomous community, if they've started restrictions, but obviously your area has. And I also read that I think in Malaga, was it, that they're going to cut the water supply? I think I read that. Don't quote me on that. I'll look into it. But I think they're going to cut in Malaga also the water supply at night for up to 6 hours in order to help that drought situation down there. An interesting video posted last week by the German press outlet DW about the water issues in Spain. Interesting. Have a look at that if you can find it on YouTube. Just put in Spain drought. DW, I think, is the name of that press outlet. I think. Mugger coming in from El Campello, also down there in the Valencian community. What else? Janet's here as well in the chat section, coming in from Oxford. Winter is very much here, with a cold-faced emoji there. That is true, Janet. Yep, time to head to the Canaries, in my opinion. Maybe Lanzarote looking good. Maybe Fuerteventura. Tenerife, always looking good. So that's where I would be heading. That's where I will be heading if I can get the time and the money. Andres coming in from Pasadena, California. Good to see you, Andres. Paul Gerard coming in. Greetings to all. Looks like winter is just around the corner there. Looking forward to those Christmas markets with warm malt wine. Something different, potent as hell if you're not careful. Thanks, Paul, for that. Yeah, I've never been to one of those German Christmas markets. The Spanish ones pop up around the place, but I don't think they have the tradition that they have there in Germany with that warm malt wine. Sunny coming in from Basingstoke, hoping everyone is enjoying their weekend. Jonathan coming in from Uruguay, saying hello to everyone also. Alan in El Puerto, very close to where this picture is here, 16 degrees there today, down there in Cádiz. That's also somewhere that I will be heading in the near future. Maybe not Cádiz, but maybe the province to the west of Cádiz I will be heading. What else? Pauline coming in also. Good evening, everyone. Dave coming in from a cold Dundee up there in Scotland. Dave coming in from a sunny and cool Madrid. T-8 days and counting. Dave heading back to the United States, Florida to be exact, escaping the Madrid winter, getting back to a warmer climate will Dave be in 8 days' time, counting down with the clock. Jane and Pete coming in from a snowy Michigan. First snow of the season. There we go. Don't know if we'll get snow this winter here in Madrid. We haven't had snow for, I think, ever since that major snowstorm that we had back in, when was that? 2020, 2021, around there? I wonder if they got any of the hams back. Yeah, I think they did. I think they managed to recover those hams. That's a very lucrative business, especially the second-hand market or the black market for those hams. You pay a lot less. I'm not recommending that anybody buy ham on the black market, but there is a black market for them, and very difficult business to avoid theft, especially some of the big warehouses around Spain that house these special hams. Very expensive. A delicacy here in Spain for a lot of people, and a lot of people want to get their hands on them, especially at Christmas time. So that's what those thieves obviously had in mind, and they were looking to cash in, but the Guardia Civil on the case. Tony coming in from a cold Ashford. So that's the general consensus in the UK in general, that it's cold. Pamela coming in from San Juan de los Terreros, which is in Almeria. Alan coming in here also. I have a 5 Jotas. This is called the 5J Pata Negra Bellota. 100% Iberico leg arriving on Thursday. There we go. I won't go into how much it's costing me, but I can't wait. We have it every year. A proper once-a-year treat. Yeah, expensive. A friend of mine bought one recently. It's what they call here like a mix. I think 50-50. I think it was called. And he picked it up for 90 euros. And he got it all cut up and put into plastic bags. So he's not having to stand there cutting it every day. And a lot of people choosing that option as well. So when you buy a big leg of ham here, if you don't want to take the whole thing home, get the guy to cut it up and put it into those, what do they call them? Those airtight bags where you can keep it for a lot longer as well, because on the bone it will have a shelf life, but in the packets it'll go a little bit longer. What else? Let's have a look here. That's it. Amanda's saying that it's awful losing a partner, but not in your own country. But not in your own country must be even worse. Yeah, I think that's what that article was trying to say, wasn't it, Amanda? That when you lose a partner or a close family member in a foreign country, and you lose that person that you're sharing your life down here with, it can be an issue to get the support that you need. 2 sons back in Scotland, they had to come down, take care of things, and of course the financial problems that that particular person had also. I mean, not everyone's going to be, in that much debt, but just bringing it home to people that sometimes things don't go the way that you plan them to. Stephen coming in from the UK, Wales. Definitely, winter has definitely arrived. Suddenly gone cold. 3 degrees this morning. Enjoying a drop of Rioja. Watching the live show. Thanks, Steve. Let us know which Rioja you are drinking. Wendy, you have Taco Bell? ? Numerous question marks. I'm jealous. Only Burger King and McDonald's here in Germany that I've seen at least. Yeah, Taco Bell. I'm not sure how long it's been here in Spain, but I think, and again, don't quote me on this, but I think one of the big fast food businesses here that they buy the brands. So I think if they might have the brand for Burger King, for example, they add Taco Bell to their list, and that's normally how these places operate here. And Taco Bell popped up here recently, and I must say, very, very cheap. They've always got sales on 2 for the price of 1. You can pick up 2 burritos for less than 10 euros sometimes, and other special offers that they've got going on. And I imagine very popular with the younger generations is Taco Bell. I've only ever tried it once. I wouldn't go back there again, I don't think. I think you can get better tacos and burritos in other places. What else? Let's see. Different Gear TV. Oh, yeah, those Mercadona cheeseburgers in the ready section are tasty. Yeah, I'm not saying they're not tasty, but they didn't exist a few years ago. And then all of a sudden, Mercadona, in a lot of the Mercadonas, they've got this like a prepared food section where you can buy lots of different roast chickens and paella and burgers, rolls, all of these different things, and that seems to get more and more popular every year. And you get a decent price as well. That's the secret, right? Io is Italian, says Dave. Yeah, I didn't think they were Spanish. I thought they were one of those new companies that have come into the market over the last 3 to 4 years, providing competition to Renfe. That's what I thought, and Dave saying that it is an Italian company. So they wouldn't be part of the strike. No. What do we got going on here? Pizza Hut, Domino's and Subway as well. Yeah, Domino's has a big presence here. Pizza Hut I haven't seen for years. Don't know whether they still exist. Pizza Hut, I used to go there a lot when I was a kid, but I haven't been there for probably 40 years. Subway, yeah, I remember seeing one Subway in Madrid. It was in the north of the city, Plaza Castilla. Don't know if it's still there, but Subway didn't get the traction here that it has in Australia, for example, where people are crazy about Subway. Alan's saying, nearly all of those American chains are dreadful. The only one I have a guilty pleasure from is Five Guys, but it's so expensive. You could easily get a menu for less. Yeah, Five Guys here as well. They've got one not far from where I live in another big shopping centre just down the highway. In the centre of Madrid, there's also a Five Guys, not sure how many. And people do seem to like the burgers. I went there with the family, of course. My son requested to go there for his birthday one year. I wasn't impressed. The burgers were tasty, but a little bit too pricey for what you get, in my opinion. But that's just me. What else we got going on? What else? Wendy also saying about the In-N-Out burger. Yeah, haven't got those over here yet, but there's a lot of burger places popping up, I will say. I've never seen restaurants pop up as much in the last few years as burger restaurants. People are crazy about burgers. Alan's got 5 pizza restaurants or pizzerias in a 2-minute walk from the front door in El Puerto. There we go. Pizza's been around for a while. Pizzas have been around for quite a while. Kim saying that dearest sister was in the same situation. Fortunately, no bad business deal, but alone. I'm here with her now, and neither of us want to go back to the UK, but initially very difficult all the same. Yeah, I can understand, Kim, that it is a difficult period when you lose that loved one that that you want to build your life with here in Spain, that new life, getting out of the UK or wherever you're coming from, and unfortunately, the health issue gets in the way, and it's tough, I imagine. That's right, but luckily Kim giving support there to her sister. Last week in class, I asked students what would they recommend to tourists coming to Spain. The kids said McDonald's. When I mentioned tortilla de patatas, what I mentioned was tortilla de patatas, jamón pata negra, a different opinion. Yeah, kids are crazy about McDonald's. I must say that for a company to be able to get that traction amongst generations and generations of people, they've done a good job, McDonald's. I'm not saying that it's the best thing in the world, but the obsession that kids have for those yellow arches is unbelievable. And even with all of the different types of burgers that we have in this area here where I live, there must be 10 burger restaurants at least. And McDonald's is packed all the time. They don't open for breakfast, though, so you can't get your Egg McMuffin, at least at this local one down here. They don't open until 12 midday, so no Egg McMuffin. Whereas other McDonald's, I think, in Australia, they're open for breakfast. Some are even 24 hours. In London, I remember going to McDonald's for breakfast regularly and having that Egg McMuffin. What else? Spain needs a common sense minister for cannabis, says Dave. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. It might happen eventually. Depends how the rest of the world goes, I think. I think Germany's talking about changing their cannabis laws. Not sure, but here in Spain, not much talk about it. Canadian on D-Day, sorry. Happy birthday tomorrow for my dad who lives in Jacarilla de Torrevieja. There we go. Big shout out for Canadian's dad there. Enjoying a birthday tomorrow. What else we got going on here? Jonathan saying that pizza has become the closest thing to a universal food. Probably, that's right. Pizzas and burgers. Pizzas and burgers, I would say. At least that's the, I mean, here in Australia as well. Pizzas and burgers, very popular. Very popular. Hybrid bike is not electric. They are a cross between a mountain bike and a street bike, often with a more upright position than mountain bike combo. There we go. So a hybrid is not electric. I thought that maybe was what the person was referring to before. Thanks for straightening me out there. Hello, Stu. See you there in Madrid tomorrow. Renan coming over here, obviously. Hope all goes well with that trip, Renan. Raymond coming in from Bogota, Colombia. A minister for common sense sounds like a scene from Monty Python. Perhaps Pedro Sanchez should appoint a minister for integrity. There we go. Like I said, I don't think it's the official title of that minister there in the UK. I think that's just what she's been labelled with by the press, I think. I'm not sure. Not sure. One Wheel says that The Guardian reports that the train strikes have been cancelled, so it should be smooth travelling. There we go, been cancelled. I thought that was the case, but I wasn't sure. Of course, they all threaten this time of the year because there's lots of holidays coming up. People that are coming into Spain from outside, maybe not aware of the holiday period here, but the 6th and 8th of December are peak holiday times here in Spain because it's two public holidays very close to each other, and some people take the whole week off. Johnny's saying the rise in obesity gives us the answer to obesity. The only thing that has changed in the past 20 years is the quality of food. Once read 90% of grocery store foods now didn't exist 50 years ago. There we go, the quality problem according to Johnny there. Young people don't know how to cook. That is true. A lot of young people don't know how to cook the classics, I don't think. Maybe they can, cook a piece of chicken on the grill. Maybe some chips in the fryer. But, the traditional guisos, maybe a little bit difficult for a lot of people, myself included, don't get me wrong. Jacques saying that someone believing a politician is a fool. That is why Mr. Pedro Sanchez does not even believe himself. They seldom have something worthwhile to say. Have a nice week. Thanks, Jacques, for that. What else we got going on here? John coming in. Missed the majority of the show. We'll catch up later. It's a good thing about this live stream. It goes up immediately after into the YouTube feed section. Michael coming in from dark and damp Somerset, England. Lou, hi everyone, love the blog. Can't wait for Cádiz. I learned so much. Thanks for that, Lou. Stephen coming in from a chilly and wet North London. What else? Let me have a look here. Taco Bell is controlled by the same outfit that controls KFC and Pizza Hut. There we go. That's what I thought. That they sort of have the licenses for the brand name, and of course all of the food is probably sourced from the same places. It's all fairly standard. I'm sure your Taco Bell burrito tastes the same here as it does in wherever, London or wherever else you'll find a Taco Bell States. Let's have a look. Jose Antonio a bit late today, but here nonetheless. Burgers are huge in Uruguay too. Of course, it's a beef country. That's exactly right. Argentina and Uruguay, beef countries. Pete worked in former Taco Bell headquarters in Irvine, is that? Took our boss who liked for his birthday, who liked Taco Bell for his birthday, to the Taco Bell test kitchen. There we go. So, worked for the former Taco Bell headquarters. There we go. Interesting. Thanks, Pete, for that. Speed on the bike was impressive, also says Pete. I thought an e-bike too. Not sped up video, I trust. I didn't speed it up. No, I didn't speed up the video. Remember that if you want to speed videos up, you can do so. YouTube gives you the option to speed it up, twice, which is watchable. Just goes through a lot quicker, of course. But I didn't speed it up. But I get a bit of speed going downhill. Not so quick uphill. But downhill, no problems. Downhill, no problems. What else we going on here? Let's have a look. Roy, I lost my husband just as COVID struck. Didn't see a lot of people. It is hard, but I love my home here. My neighbours here are a young couple. They have been so kind. I love Spain. Thanks for that. Sorry to hear about your husband there too. And that's it. Andrew's saying, Alan's saying that chicken masala, I suppose that is. Tikka masala. Pete also didn't work for Taco Bell, Mazda Design Studios. Thanks. We're at the old Taco Bell headquarters. Now we're up to the 40-minute mark. I've gone for a lot longer than I normally do. So thanks for sticking around, guys. I'll be back again tomorrow. We'll see if any interesting stories break in the press over the next 24 hours or so. Remember that if you are watching this live stream after the event, the comment section is where you can share your information, or if you've got an opinion on anything that we have spoken about, that's where you can do it down there. And again, if I'm wrong on anything, please correct me in that comment section. It's been a pleasure as always. Back again tomorrow. Hasta luego. Hasta entonces. Adios. Bye-bye.